On this edition, we'll be exploring the infamous gangster Whitey Bulger's last 24 hours alive.
Big Sandy was the worst. That was one of the top ones. And I think the second runner-up is Hazelton. Yeah.
I heard that that's understaffed. I heard it's fucking crazy now.
It's crazy, man. I ain't never seen back-to-back homicides, man. 3 back-to-back homicides in like 6 months. Facts.
Oh, in Hazelton?
In Hazelton. Whitey was the last murder that I literally witnessed. One of my witnesses with my own eyes, like it being done. We was locked down for probably like 10 to 15 days, and then Whitey got killed. And we was locked down for 3 months after Whitey got killed.
Damn, fuck. Now, listen, since we brought up Whitey, though, let me just say something, though. I heard something about someone was in a cell with them. No, you break it down.
He was in a cell. When Whitey got off the bus, they put Whitey on the bus with a guy from Buffalo. He probably was like 24, 23 years old. They put him in the guy with Buffalo. And if anybody know, like the feds, man, for you to come off the bus and you go in a cell with another race, especially a black and a white, it was something going on with that situation, man. But you don't see that a lot unless you like a white guy that's on black time. Like, you know, you got your whites that grew up around black people, went to school with black people. The whites, like, they don't shun them, but they basically, like, they not part of the circle. Like, they roll with blacks, put it like that.
So you think right from the jump, shit was fishy?
Yeah, off the gun bus. Off the gun bus, that man just do this, his living arrangements. They put that man, and they put him in one of the worst units.
And it's notorious. Like, he's #1 most wanted. Everyone knows Whitey Bulger. The movie came out. He's like, I guess they could just do that with anyone if they're like in a prison, like where they're not supposed to be, and they could just throw them in general pop like that. Like, how is that?
I mean, they ask you any jail before the first 30 minutes in the jail, they're gonna ask you, have you ever testified for the government in any way? Have you ever helped the government in any way? Okay, can you walk this yard? So at the end of the day, it's up to you to really be a man and tough it out. Like, they're gonna ask you, can you touch this yard? Is there any reason that we need to know that you can't go in this yard? So 9 out of 10, Whitey told him he gonna come in that yard. At the end of the day, he went out. He came in that yard. He didn't go to the hole. He didn't duck no wreck or none of that. And being the type of person that he is, he probably knew Freddie was there or other guys was there before he even got there. He still went in that yard because, trust me, if he would have told them people that he felt like his life was in danger and that he didn't feel comfortable going to that compound, he wouldn't have went on that compound. He would have went straight to the hole. That man came on that compound.
My good friend who used to work for Whitey, John Red Shea, and Leon also, who was in Coleman with Whitey, said, we think that Whitey was, because he was a troublemaker at Coleman at the end with the staff, he got nipped there. You're right. He's Whitey Bulger, and he could have been like, my life's in danger. I think it was like a poetic ending. He knew he was going to get killed.
Yeah, he knew he was coming to the end. Yeah, man.
Full circle almost, though. Let's break it down to the first time that you heard Whitey's coming into the unit. When was that? How many days prior or hours?
When I heard about Whitey when he died.
Tell the whole story.
I didn't know, like, okay, you get up in the morning in the penitentiary, you get up in the morning at probably like 6 o'clock, that's when they pop all the doors. About 7 o'clock, they're gonna be calling breakfast. I didn't know who Whitey was, that he was dead. You know, I got up, so, you know, if a guy come up to me like, he's like, yo, Face, man, look, man, I need this book. Yo, I'm ready to, so, you know, if a person asks you for books, like reading books, if the yard open, you really don't got no time to read until it's locked down. So I'm like, yo, what happened? What's going on? He's like, yo, man, you know, the white guy that just came in here in the wheelchair last night, he dead. I'm like, man, stop playing like me, he dead. Man, I go over there, look in the door, man, he had blood coming out of his mouth. We didn't know that they tried to take his eyes and shit out to after. But he had blood coming down the side of his eyes. He had blood coming down his mouth. I look in the door to the police. But this before the police even knew he was dead. I just did my little, everybody in the unit know he did before the police know he did. But I go to the door, I see him, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So, you know what I'm doing damage control. I'm going to get my boots and stuff to read because we about to be on lockdown for a minute. You might well grab a Snickers. So, motherfucking, the police come in when he do his 8 o'clock rounds, he see it off the gun bust. He hit the deuces, they get to running up in the unit, medical and shit run up in the unit. They put him in front of the door, get the pumping on his chest and all that shit like that. He was already dead. He been dead about an hour, 2 hours already. But, boom, my cell was directly across. You be having a lot of dudes that be saying little shit like he was in F1, unit F1. Whitey Bulger died in unit F1 in Hazleton, West Virginia. A lot of dudes be saying they been there. Them dudes, them niggas ain't been there, man. I was on that unit. I was right there. I watched that man get bought in the unit, and I watched that man get carried out that unit, a corpse. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Then they came to they knocked on my door. I cuffed up. When I cuffed up, they took me. He was like, man, well, you heard about the homicide that just happened? I was like, yes. I'm like, man, I don't know nothing. They was like, well, did you hear anything about anybody saying that they was going to do anything about it? Did he tell you that somebody was going to do? Did you know about the dead he had? It's just the procedure they do when a murder happened. They come and they investigate everybody on the unit. So they ask questions, you know what I'm saying? Who do you hear? Have he talked to you about anything? Did you feel? I'm like, nah. And they do this to the whole jail, even guys that weren't even in the unit. So, dudes be knowing little bits and sprinkles. But I was right there in that unit when he got killed, man.
So were you there while it was going on, or you seen the aftermath?
Yeah, I seen the aftermath, but I was in the unit when it was going on. Ain't nobody know them 3 guys was in there whooping on that man. It was like,
he wasn't screaming or nothing. I heard they hit him with a lock in the sock.
They hit him with a lock in the sock. They beat him all up. They would try to go all in his eyes, try to cut his tongue out, all types of shit, man, was going on.
Did they stab him up, though? What was the kill blow?
Nah, they didn't stab him. The kill was him getting whooped. They said he had a heart attack. That was what they was telling us, that he had a heart attack.
Was his face all crushed up or no?
Nah, it wasn't crushed up. He just had a little bit of blood coming out of his face, out the side of his mouth. That's it.
And he was in the wheelchair?
Yeah, he was still in the wheelchair, laying in the wheelchair like that. With all that shit happening. When they brought him out, they took him out the wheelchair, put him in a little gurney, got the pumping on his chest, but he was already dead.
Dude, he wanted to die. He wanted to fucking... I'm telling you. That's what Johnny told me, Leon told me, and now what you're telling me. But here's my other question. The staff, if I'm a fucking CO or whatever on transplant or transport, and I know it's Whitey Bulger, is it so it's not staff's responsibility to be like, yo, I think this fucking guy's gonna get killed?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, man, like 2 weeks after he got killed, we was locked down for 3 months. 2-3 weeks after that man got killed, every day you had an officer go to that door because they had the door locked for like 6 months. That cell was on lockdown. You couldn't even get in that cell. But the police come just to see what's going on. They didn't even clean the blood up or none of that for at least almost a month. Police coming by every day looking at it. Oh my God, this was the infamous Whitey Bulger got murdered at. They coming every day. Nurses, school teachers, all doctors. They just come to the door just to see it. Yeah, just to see where it happened at.